everyone, Julie here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to go through how to install textures and overlays into libraries in Photoshop. So if you don't see libraries in your palettes or adjustments down the side, go to Window and just turn libraries on. Now what libraries is a collection of different things that you can easily store so you don't have to keep going and looking for them. So for instance, I've got my atmosphere pack stored in here, I've got light overlays, I've got bokeh packs, I've got all sorts of things that I use all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a new library. So I'm going to click on Create New Library, and I have opened my new Mega Portrait Bundle Pack, and I'm going to bring in the overlays and the textures that are within that. So I'm going to call that Portrait Bundle Overlays. Oops, if I could spell. And I'm just going to hit create. But at the moment there's nothing in there. So what I need to do is I just need to go into open, go to where you have them stored, and open them all individually into Photoshop like I've got here. Now once I've got them opened, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click, and while I'm holding it I'm just going to drag it down to there. Now I can rename them if I want to, so JPP Old Linen, and that one's done. The next one, all I'm going to do is grab that, drag that over, and I can rename that. Unfortunately, it doesn't always take the name over with it, which would be handy, but that's what it is. So, and I'm just going to continue on and doing them all. Okay, so I have brought all of those textures and overlays in, and all you need to do to use them is to just drag them back over. The beauty of having the libraries is you don't have to keep continuously going and looking for stuff. You can just click on your library. If you click here, you can go in and see all of your libraries. You just click on one and then it's there. So for instance, if I want to use smoke, so I've got this smoke landscape, and I just put it on this image here. Now, pretty easy to go and resize them. It doesn't make a huge amount of difference when you are adding it over the top. It really doesn't get pixelated or anything like that. Generally speaking, if you set it to screen, you can then adjust it as you require. If you want to take it off some of your image, you just put a adjustment layer, go and grab a soft black brush, and paint it off where you don't want it. Now it's still a little bit too harsh. I'm just going to drop that down a little more. Now if I want to, I could bring it down even further. If I want to add a texture, I just grab the texture and bring that over. Now this doesn't have to be set to screen. You could set it to overlay or soft light. and you can play around with that. Again, you can take it off any areas where you don't want it applied. So just putting an adjustment layer on and then coming back in with my brush and taking that off areas. Or what you can do, if you hit Alt, you can copy the mask from the image before. It's saying no mask is selected, but it is. What you can do, if you also want to soften it, you can, if you click on the mask, you can feather the mask. You can come in and you can feather your textures. You can bring your texture down. You don't have to have it quite so strong. So it's a matter of playing around with your smoke and your textures to what you want to do. If I wanted to, for instance, use one of the fabrics, it's fairly similar. Well, it's not going to work in with this image that well, I don't think. Maybe not. But if you set that to screen, it knocks the black out. So you've only got the crisp white fabric. Of course, you can drop the opacity on that. If you want to change the color, what I would suggest you do is you remove the black from around. So if I set that to normal and I'm going to go into subject select, and if you wanted to extend this, you could do a little bit of liquefy tool or something like that. Or you can just use it across. It's really good in behind your images as well. So I just want to, oh. So I'm just going to add the mask to that. So what I can do then is I can come in with a hue saturation layer, clip it to that layer, and then I can colorize it if I want to. So I could make it any color I want. You can adjust the saturation and you can adjust the brightness or darkness of it as well. So having your libraries means that you've got a lot of your textures and overlays right at your fingertips. You don't have to keep going through your folders looking for them and trying to figure out where you had what stored and all the rest of it, especially if you've got some favorites that you use over and over and over again. That's it for today's video. I hope you find that helpful. I will put a link for the bundle pack below in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you next time on YouTube. So bye for now.